Hey everyone. What we're going to do today is teach you how to drive a manual transmission car. It's a great skill to learn just in case you ever are with a friend, you need to drive their car and it's a manual, you're in a different country and manuals are more prevalent. Whatever the case may be, even though it's a dying breed with the emergence of electric vehicles, automatics being so quick, so fast, and so efficient, manuals are dying out, but it's still a good skill to learn and something I really enjoy driving. My very first car was a manual car. Up until I started getting SUVs for my daily drivers, I've always had manuals, and I really enjoyed them. So hopefully this video helps you learn how to drive, gets you engaged, getting you behind the wheel of a manual car, and let me know if you have any questions. But two biggest takeaways I'm going to give you from this video. Obviously, this is for beginners. If you feel like you're in trouble, step on the clutch. Secondly, don't be afraid to give it gas. Oftentimes when I'm teaching people how to drive a manual car, they are reluctant to give the car too much gas when they're trying to get the car rolling. Don't be afraid of that. So yeah, with that, let's get started. Okay, so driving a manual transmission car, first thing you need to do, I'm going to shut the car off. If you're going to start the car, like most cars, you need to have your foot on the brake. In addition to having your foot in the brake, you need to have the clutch pushed in. I'm going to go over what these pedals are, but since it's pretty hot in here, I'm going to go and get the car started with my foot on the clutch, foot on the brake, start the car, and make sure it's in neutral so I could take my foot off the clutch. The emergency brake is on. I can take my foot off the brake as well while I go through a few things with you guys. So first you can see the gear shifter. This is a 6-speed car. It says 1 through 6. And there's a reverse as well, which obviously all cars have. So in order to go through these, I'm going to step on the clutch. I'm going to show you first is to the left and up, second is to the left and down, third is to the middle and up, fourth is middle down, fifth is to the right and up, sixth is to the right and down. Now reverse is all the way to the left and keep pushing and then up. Some cars are different. I remember my first Volkswagen, you had to push it into the ground and where first is. My BMW was a little different as well. It was more similar to this, but just to give you a sense, reverse will be in different places. Just figure it out. Ask the dealer or someone you're buying the car from where the reverse is, but this gear indicator will actually give you a great indication of where it is. Now let's dive into the pedals. Most cars have 2 pedals, but if it's a manual transmission car, it has 3. The right 2 are always the same. You have your gas on the right, you have your brake to the left of the gas, which in this case is the middle, and then this foot here, this brake here, which I'm using my right foot just for demonstration purposes, this is the clutch. So gas, brake, clutch. And for the purposes here, I'm going to just show you, you always use your left foot for the clutch, and your right foot, just like driving an automatic car, you're just going to keep moving it from one to the other. But your left foot is always dedicated to that clutch. So now let's get started. I'm going to take the emergency brake off. And now to get the car rolling, you're going to put the car into first gear. And this is where people sometimes struggle. Give the car 1,500 to 2,000 RPMs. Don't be afraid to give it the gas and slowly let up the clutch. You can see the car started rolling. I'm going to come to a stop. I'm going to do it again. 1,500, 2,000, slowly let up the clutch, push the clutch back in, come to a stop. Once again, gas, clutch partially out, put it back in. This is what you should get very good at doing before you attempt to do anything else. Get the car rolling, come to a stop. Get the car rolling, come to a stop. Make sure you always keep the clutch in when you come to a brake. Once you get better and you're going 30 miles an hour and you're going to come to a stop, don't forget you got to step on the clutch as well. Some people, they'll just hit the brake, think it's their automatic car again, and all of a sudden they're bucking and then they start stalling. So let's get it in first gear. I'm going to make a left turn here. Gas, slowly let out the clutch. The car's rolling, the clutch is all the way out. I'm just going to get onto the straightaway over here. I'm in a school parking lot just for the illustration of this video. And now I'm going to come to a stop, brake and clutch. Okay, once again, give it gas, slowly let out the clutch. Okay, now once you mastered this, shifting beyond this is relatively easy. So you're gonna step on the clutch, put the gear shifter into second, give it some gas, and slowly let out the clutch again. As you get better, you'll do this all quicker, but now I'm in second gear. Now I'm gonna come to this stop sign, and what I'm gonna do is, like I shared, step on the clutch, step on the brake. There's a speed bump over here, so I don't want to bottom out this car, so I'm just gonna turn around quickly. But so once again, let's get this car into third gear. So gas, let the clutch out slow. I am accelerating, shift to second, give it some gas, let out the clutch is all the way out. Third gear, always need to rev match. So rev matching is when you're giving the car gas to match the RPMs of where that gear is going to want to be. So I'm going to put it in reverse, give it gas, slowly let out the clutch, and we're rolling. So that's really all there is to driving a manual transmission car. It's relatively easy once you get the hang of it. I know it's a lot to take on at first, so definitely go to an empty parking lot where you don't have to worry about distractions. Don't try to drive on the streets where there's going to be a lot of lights and stop signs, because you're going to be bucking, stalling. You might get nervous that the people behind you are rushing you, and quite frankly, you want to take your time. You want to get comfortable getting the car rolling. You also don't want to get to a point where you end up on a hill and now the car is going to roll back. So you really want to get good with that clutch point so you could stop the car from rolling backwards. Modern cars may have roll assist, which will stop the car from rolling back until you get off the clutch. So that's helpful. This car, I didn't have the functionality turned on for this video, but it will have what it calls auto blip, which is basically rev matching for you. So if I turn that on, as I shifted to second, it would automatically put the gas up. So you don't have to, but learn the basics, get good at that before using the advanced technology. And let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this video was helpful. Comment below and let me know what you'd like to see next. Bye guys.